And to be honest, like Vera, I blame my generation, your generation, for them not knowing and understanding that. Our responsibility as parents, whether they're now the new parents of the day or parents as we are or our parents, it's our responsibility to share that information and to pass that information. Rather than our protesting at District 150 or a public school or somebody that you don't have black history, there's nothing to prevent us from sharing that information at home. I can't swear on it, but I've never seen people from the Jewish culture carrying signs talking about they don't have Jewish history, but within their own family, they can tell you about their history. They feel that's important for their children to understand what they went through as a people under the Germans as well as even here in America. And I think that Martin Luther King was a person, but it doesn't end with the person. We are all in our own ways responsible for the progress of ourselves first and our people second. And that kind of information, and today there's no excuse with laptops and computers and so forth. All you got to do is type in the word Martin Luther King, and you'll probably have more pictures and more information on that man than you would ever dare to remember. So we need to continue for people to know and to appreciate that man. Yes, sir.
I just want to make one other comment. You know, back in the day, Andre, you didn't have Black History Month.
No.
Now you have so many activities with Black History. It's almost like a constant party. Mm-hmm. You can go here and go there, but it's, you know, all of that. Once again, is about sharing Black history. But to me, I would like to see more of our young folks participate in that and celebrate that legacy, because it's very, very important. Particularly, you can see what's going on across the world, particularly in the Muslim community, with the changes that are going on in the Middle East. All of those were tactics of Martin Luther King, with changing governments, nonviolence. All of those were his methods. All of those were his tactics. And it's pretty amazing to see those tactics and practices being played out throughout the world to make major changes in societies.
Mm-hmm. In fact, the Time magazine, the person of the year was the protester.
Yes.
And protests are taking place everywhere. In fact, I kind of find it ironic that the people that are at Wall Street, I didn't forget what the group's name is, but anyway, and 99%.
They're 99%.
Right, and 99% of them are white students or youth that are protesting against what they feel is the unfairness and the inequality in terms of the economic situation that they find themselves in.
Yes.
And using the same kinds of means of drawing attention and demonstrating. Well, gentlemen, I want to...
I got one question.
Yes,
You know, as we see everything going on, you know, around the world, and you know, with the protesters and everything in Wall Street, you know, sometimes I be thinking and wondering, like, why the black people can't come together and, you know, unite on some unity and, you know, do something about our community and our culture, you know, build our own, you know, revolution where we can take care of our people, you know, like, life is short, you know, time change, you know, just like that, you know, where technology changes just like that, so you got to be aware of what's going on in the history, So it's ways to get out here in the community, in libraries, you know, come over here to ICC. It's ways to, you know, to pay attention and understand what's going on in the world and how to better yourself.
Well, I agree with you. In fact, as we close, I'm getting signals that we're going to have to bring our discussion to an end. There used to be a group here in Peoria. It was called the United Front. And we need, particularly, young men your age as well as all ages, we need to unite right here in Peoria. Before we can change the world, we need to change our own attitude and our behavior, and we need to do that for our own preservation, because we will destroy ourselves, first of all individually as well as collectively. And again, I want to thank the two of you for sharing your thoughts and your views and your opinions. And for those of you who've been watching tonight, I hope that you have heard. We've also invited you to participate in whatever programs that are available for you to participate in as we celebrate Martin Luther King here in Peoria, as we will also around the nation, on what is now recognized as even a federal, state, and local holiday. This is Andre Bohannon again, thanking you for joining us for Captions. Hope we've said something to inspire you to be, first of all, the best you can be, and help Peoria to be the best it can be. Good night. God bless you.